Carly Goshen will send it over, and the Mustangs will keep it alive. Now the attack from the far side, and it's down for the kill. Olivia Dorenz. Chloe Hertz. Hertz pushes it in back there to Schmidt. Shot from the point. It's in! Off the stick of Taylor Leonards, excuse me, and it's 3-0. Taylor Leonards with the third goal for the Bismarck Blizzard on the shot from the point on the far side. And the Blizzard are running on all cylinders here in period number 41-37, 4:25 to go here as the Kindred Vikings will work it down low. Another slam dunk and one. How about that? A slam dunk by Gavin Keller, and he got fouled on the two-handed throwdown. Kennedy Kuntz will pop that one up left center field. It's going back, and we have our first grand slam of the All-Star Series in 3 years. Hansen under center, drops back, looks near side. I believe that's Formo, and he's got it. Fargo South touchdown. Kaylee Jackson, three-pointer up, and no, that one won't go in. Tana Lick pulls down the deep offensive board. She'll put up a three. That one's in, we're tied. Groffman won't be able to control it. The ball will escape over to the far sideline. Fargo Davies will come up that far sideline, and a nice through ball there, and this could be an opportunity. Centering pass, one-on-one. Was she outside? She was not. It's 1-0 Fargo Davies. Bad pitch here, and the bases are loaded. Line drive right into center field, and that will score one run. And rounding thirds, Lorich, and he'll score. It's a two-run RBI double for Casey Reber. Shot from the point, Bree Adams, lowering hard, and it's in! Off the stick to Sydney Kamstrup, and the Cougars are on the board! Press box here, the best we're able to. That one's going high left field, and running for it is Schwab, and she makes a diving catch! Wow, what a play by Cameron Schwab, the junior in left field, to end the inning.
Fantastic catch.
All right, welcome. Fargo Davies High School here as you get ready for the EDC Varsity matchup between the Fargo North Spartans and the Fargo Davies Eagles. Taking a look at the weather, it is mostly cloudy. We do have a very slight chance of rain. We saw some sprinkles during the junior varsity game, a game in which the Fargo Davies Eagles won 1-0 on a goal late in the second half. Throughout this game here, we'll look to be in the 60 to 62 range, maybe dip down into the upper 50s, but not anything lower than 57, 58. I would suspect would be our lowest game time temperature. We are on our way to a low of 45 tonight. So we'll take a quick break, and coming up next, take a look at the two team profiles, look at other games being played, and much more right after this here on the Andy Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
All right, welcome back once again here. Once again, the Fargo North Spartans warming up in their white, I believe they're in their white jerseys. I'm not 100% sure. They're wearing the warm-ups right now. Fargo Davies will be in their home red with the gold trim, obviously. And let's take a look at these two teams a little bit more in depth here. We'll start with the Fargo North Spartans. Still looking for the first win on the year. They would tie against Mandan in that second game of the East-West crossover after falling 3-0 to Bismarck in the opening game of the season. And then 3-0 seems to be the theme. 3-0 loss to Shanley, 3-0 loss to Fargo South, a 3-0 loss to Grand Forks Central, a 3-0 loss to West Fargo. Mix in there that 1-1 tie with the Legacy Sabres back on August 24th. Spartans have tied 9 of the last 65 varsity games. Their last win came back in 2015 in a 2-1 win over the Grand Forks Central Knights. In between then that win and today, they did have a 1-0 win over Bismarck Century JV team, but they are still looking for that first win, and to get what a confidence booster it would be to get one over one of the better teams in the EDC. Their opponent tonight, the Fargo Davies Eagles, who are 4-1-1 on the season. 3-0-1 against EDC opponents. They've scored 9. They've only allowed 5 goals this season, picking up a 1-0 win over Minot and a 3-1 loss to Century in that East-West crossover back on August 16th to kick off the season. And since then, it's been so far so good for Fargo Davies. A 1-0 win over the Bruins, a 3-0 win over the Deacons. They would tie with Grand Forks Red River, and then a 3-2 win over the Cheyenne Mustangs. And then that brings them into tonight's game against the Fargo North Spartans. Taking a look at the standings in the EDC, the Knights lead the way, undefeated at 6-0, 4-0 against EDC opponents. Fargo Davies right behind them, 3-0-1. And then Fargo South, 2-2-0 in the conference. They're up 1 for number 4 last week with 6 points. West Fargo Packers move up 2 to number 4. The Cheyenne Mustangs hold steady at number 5. The Deacons fall 3 to number 6. And then the Rough Riders and Spartans maintain their positions at 7 and 8 from last week. Over in the WDA, Bismarck Demons leading the way, 3-0-1 in the WDA, 5-1-1 overall, followed by the Jamestown Blue Jays and the Century Patriots with 6 points each. They're both up 2 spots from 4 and 5 to 2 and 3 respectively. And then the Legacy Sabres and the Minot Magicians fall 2 spots from 2 and 3 respectively down to 4 and 5. Sabres 2-2-0, while the Magicians 1-1-0. And then the Mandan Braves 1-2-0, and the Wilson Coyotes still searching for their first win of the season at 0-5 as they're playing the School of Songs in the background right now. Dickinson Midgets, they have a varsity team, but they're playing a JV schedule this year as it's their first year of varsity. Same with Turtle Mountain Community High School. The Braves playing a JV schedule. Both those teams will eventually transition over to varsity over the next, we would probably suspect the next 1 or 2 seasons here. We'll see how things go and what kind of decisions they decide after their first year fielding a varsity team against JV opponents this year. So, once again, standing scores, schedules are all provided courtesy of North Dakota's #1 source for statewide high school scores, NorthDakotaScores.net. Find them on the web at NorthDakota-Scores.net. Let's take a look at the upcoming games and the other games being played tonight. You got the Packers taking on Red River up at Cushman Field in Grand Forks. And then the Knights are over in West Fargo taking on the Mustangs. Fargo South is at Shanley. That's live on Shanley TV, and we will attempt to take live look-ins. That game has not gone live yet, but we will attempt to take live look-ins at that game throughout our broadcasts here tonight. Upcoming games on the ND Sports Channel include a rematch of the state championship game on Thursday, West Fargo and Fargo Davies. That will be at West Fargo High School, I do believe. And then Friday we'll have Class AAA 11-man football for you, a 7 p.m. kickoff between the Bruins and the Sabres. And then on the 7th, we'll have 3 soccer games for you. Fargo South, West Fargo at Fargo South, JV at 10, varsity at noon. Then we'll pack up and quickly move over to Moorhead and bring you the Spuds and the Patriots at 3 o'clock. And then on September 10th, Fargo Davies, Fargo South. September 12th, Fargo South versus Fargo North in a girls swim meet. We'll break now for the national anthem. Be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel with your starting lineups.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on player profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship.
All right, welcome back as we get ready to announce the starting lineups. They're going through the officials right now. Terry Wentz, the PA announcer, with your starters right now here on the Andy Sports Channel. Once again, we'll chat a little bit here and there because the Journey song will not be liked by YouTube, even if you and I like the song. So, starting goal for Fargo Davies, it'll be Jensen Waltz. We got that confirmed. Drew Nelson will be in goal for the Fargo North Spartans, and they will introduce the Spartans right now. We'll go over the Spartans starting lineup for you. Once again, in goal is the junior goalkeeper, Drew Nelson, and you got the senior Tate Slosher, who will play midfield. Number 3, Michael Johnson. He'll be playing a midfielder. He's a junior. Number 5 is Logan Fletcher, a senior midfielder, and then number 7 is Jake Harmon, a senior midfielder. Number 8, Braden Richards. We were told that that's what he would prefer, sophomore midfielder. And then Isaac Cody, a sophomore forward, number 11 for the Spartans. Mason Tarragos, a senior defenseman, wearing number 12. Carter Thorvaldson, a junior defenseman, number 13 for the Spartans. And then a senior defenseman, Robert Ellingson. We've called his name a few times on some hockey games in the past for the Spartans. He'll be wearing jersey number 18. I believe that's his hockey jersey number 2, if I remember correctly. And then finally, rounding out your starters for the Spartans, Reese Dorsey, a sophomore defenseman, number 20 here for the Fargo North Spartans. Head coach, Jace Duffield, assistants, Brock Goosens, if I'm saying that correctly, Hunter Brecky, Jason Melmer, and Garrett Crum. The athletic director at Fargo North is Travis Christensen. And now for the Fargo Davies Eagles.
And now for your starting lineup for your Davies Eagles! Starting in goal, number 0, Jensen Waltz.
There you go, Jensen Waltz, a junior goalkeeper, will be starting in net here for the Eagles tonight.
Jonas Adams.
And you got Jonas Adams, a junior midfielder.
Number 3, Jack Anderson.
You got the senior defenseman, number 3, Jack Anderson. You got the senior forward, number 4, Eric Biminiana. And the senior forward, number 6, Shushan Rai. And now the junior midfielder, wearing number 8, Max Pritchard. And the junior midfielder, the announcer said he was a defenseman. I had him down as a midfielder. One of the two, his name's Caleb Glover. He's number 11. Yannick Vetter, wearing number 13, a junior defenseman. And then the senior defenseman, Skylar Smaby, wearing number 15. And then they got the senior forward, number 17, Muhammad Ali. And then rounding out your starters will be the junior defenseman, number 20, Ryder Schmidt. Ian Costello, the head coach, his assistants, Nick Christensen, Steven Schmidt, and David Zebeli. The athletic director here is Lenny Ohlhauser. And we want to thank Lenny for allowing us to set up here and do this broadcast from a beautiful view here in South Fargo from Fargo Davies High School. We'll be here for a few more soccer games. We also have a football game coming up in October. I believe it's October 16th. That is a Wednesday. So if you look at that and see Wednesday, that's the correct day. And it'll be the Cheyenne Mustangs here at this field taking on the Fargo Davies Eagles in what will turn out to be the first football game we've ever done here at Eagles. We tried to do the Fargo South Fargo Davies football game last year, but there turned out to be about 5 radio stations here, and we couldn't quite sneak all of our equipment in, so we did not do that game last night. So we're going to take a break here as Metallica plays in the background. Matter of fact, we won't take a break. We'll just keep the crowd mic down for the moment here, and we'll get things set here on our pregame camera. Once again, in the junior varsity game, it was the Eagles winning 1-0 on a goal late in the second half there, as we need to adjust our shots on goal back to 0 apiece. There we go. Now it should say zeros across the board, and it does. So that'll put an official end to the pregame show here. We'll move on to the first half. Once again, 40-minute halves here between in high school soccer. If you have any score updates from those other games that we talked about in the pregame show, you can text them to us here at 373-1843. And as soon as the opening kick happens here, the music will turn down. We'll get the crowd mic turned back on for you here on the ND Sports Channels. Looks like we're going to get things rolling here about maybe a minute or so before the 7 o'clock. And once again, we will take live look-ins at that Fargo-Shanley, Fargo-South game, which appears to be going live right about now. Fargo South 2-2-0, Shanley 1-2-1. We want to thank our friends at Shanley TV for making that possible. As we are underway here in the game between Fargo Davies and Fargo North. And we'll get the clock adjusted and started here in just a moment. And we'll turn that crowd mic back up here. And there we go. We should be right on or within a half a second. 39-34. That is Muhammad Ali with the ball over on the far side. He'll work the ball. Shot on net, and it's in! Muhammad Ali puts the Eagles on the board immediately. Muhammad Ali with the goal. I'm not sure who assisted, if anybody, on that goal. Somebody got it up to Ali, and he took a shot from right at the top there, and bam. All of a sudden, it's 1-0 Fargo Davies. And eventually that score will pop up, we think. There we go. Now it popped up. 1-0 Fargo Davies on one shot on net. Once again, the theme this season, I'm not saying this to be negative or anything, but Fargo North has lost all their EDC opponents this season by the final of 3-0, as the sun appears to come out over on the left side of the field here, as well as the right side, and the press box kind of puts that shadow right over midfield here. We did not have the sunshine that bright in the junior varsity game, and I can't quite lean forward far enough to see where the clouds are at over on the north side of the field here, but I would presume there's some opening in the dark clouds overhead. As you can obviously tell, the sun is shining quite spectacular. Here's another opportunity. That's Eric Baiminiana, and Baiminiana's shot won't go in. Baiminiana's shot will go in on the follow-up. Wow, quick 2 goals here for Fargo Davies.
First goal of the night, number 17, Muhammad Ali. Assisted by number 4, Eric Baiminiana. Again, the first goal, Muhammad Ali, assisted by number 4, Eric Baiminiana.
I'm not sure who. Oh, let's see here. I think I know what's going on here. We need to go over this and turn this off. Let's see here. There we go. Now that's taken care of, and we can go back to our live game camera here. We weren't expecting that one at all. So once again, it's 2-0 now in favor of the Fargo Davies Eagles. And we will take those live look-ins on Shanley and Fargo South periodically throughout our matchup here, as we need to start our clock again.
For your Davies, second goal of the night, number 4, Eric Baiminiana. Assisted by number 17, Muhammad Ali. Again, goal by Eric Baiminiana, assisted by Muhammad Ali.
So Eric Baiminiana with the second goal, Muhammad Ali with the first goal, and those same 2 players assisted the other player on their goal. So 2-0 here in favor of Fargo Davies, and they've only had 2 shots on net so far. We'll see how Fargo North responds. We do have the binoculars here as the sun was out a few moments ago, and we were all excited about the sun, and now the sun is no longer shining down here as the clouds have rolled back in and covered up that sun. Fargo Davies trying to center the ball, and it's going to come inside here, and diving down for it is Drew Nelson. Approaching there for the Eagles was Alex Anderson. Not able to get there quite in time. So Muhammad Ali and Eric Baiminiana with the 2 goals, and they go almost in the exact same spot of the net on both of those goals, and assisted by the same players there. One not scoring the goal gets the assist. One scoring the assist does not get the goal. Picking up Shushan Rye near side, centers it in there onto the foot of Caleb Glover. Glover will drop it back there to Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt will send the through ball up, and Muhammad Ali will have to chase after it, but touching up on the ball there for Fargo North was Mason Tarragos, the senior defender. 35-44 and counting to go here in the first half of play, and a quick 2-0 lead here for the Fargo Davies Eagles. I believe that's Jonas Adams who got pushed off the ball there, and it was. Certainly not how you want to start out a game. And the flag will go up, and a whistle and a free kick here for Fargo North. Lining up to take that free kick will be Tate Slosher, a senior midfielder, and he'll take that from about 40 yards away from the goal. He'll set it up a little bit closer, maybe about 38 yards away from the goal now. And he'll put it on goal, and it was over the head, and it'll be headed out. That will be a shot on net there for Fargo North. Nice opportunity, but also a nice save there by Jensen Waltz, the goalkeeper for Fargo Davies, as he'll boot that one up towards the far side, well, more towards the center of the field. Either way, it's picked up eventually by Shushan Rai, who drops it back to his defenseman teammate. 34-45 and counting to go here in the first half of play, and a quick 2-0 lead off goals by Muhammad Ali and Eric Baiminiana in that order to make it 2-0 Fargo Davies. Touching up on it, there's Caleb Glover. And now the Spartans trying to create an opportunity there. That's Isaac Cody, the sophomore, with the ball right now. Jonas Adams will take it away from Cody. Adams gets it up to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali gets unintentionally tripped up from behind. He may have tripped over the ball, not 100% sure. Now he'll feed it up there. That's Jonas Adams. Jonas Adams right at the corner of the 18, centers it. That's Muhammad Ali. Ali with some fancy footwork, trying to get around the defender there, Logan Fletcher. Ali still with the ball. Puts it onto the foot of Shushan Rai. Rai with a shot on goal, and that one will be swallowed up there by Drew Nelson. That's the first shot on net for Fargo Davies that has not resulted in a goal. Two goals on 3 shots on net. 33-41 and counting to go as the ball will float out of bounds over on the far side. Tossing it in there for Fargo Davies will be Caleb Glover, I believe. Yes. Taking a peek through the binoculars, that would be the correct player. Touched out far side there, that's Mason Tarragos. He'll move it up. Jonas Adams will get the foot on it. We'll advance it near side here. I believe that pass was intended for Smaby, but it didn't quite go in the direction they wanted it to, and Fargo North able to capitalize and bring the ball back the other way here. But it's quickly taken away by Yannick Vetter. Vetter by Miniana, far side there. Taken away by a Spartan. It goes out of bounds. I believe that'll be an Eagle throw-in, I believe. I think there was some confusion there on the play. It will indeed be an Eagles throw-in, as we originally thought. And that will also be an Eagles throw-in. No second guessing on that one. (32-20). Tried to get it to Smaby there. Now Shushan Rai will pick it up. And now go back onto the foot of Eric Baiminiana, and then it's taken away there potentially by, I can't quite see the jersey number there. And I couldn't peek through the binoculars before they got away. Now Jonas Adams will pick it up. He'll flip it up. Muhammad Ali spins around, and the ball is loose, and it's booted away there by Isaac Cody. No, check that. It was not number 11. See if we can peek through the binoculars there and find out who that was. It was number 18, and there's another shot on net. Number 18 is Robert Ellingson. .31-15 and counting to go. Eric Baiminiana will touch up on the ball over on the far side of the field there. To Ali, back to Baiminiana. Baiminiana on the outside of the goal box, centers it. Jonas Adams is in the general area there. Muhammad Ali is going to battle up for the ball, and he'll get touched on. He gets around the defender. Ali, centering pass, Shushan Rai, goal! And it's 3-0 Fargo Davies. Shushan Rai gets the goal with 30:51 to go here in the second half of play. First half of play. I believe the assist will go to, matter of fact, I don't believe, I'm confident that Muhammad Ali will get the assist on that Shushan Rai goal. We'll wait for the official goal call, but I'm pretty confident that's what you're going to hear on that official goal call here. Shushan Rai with the assist from Muhammad Ali makes it 3-0 Fargo Davies. Just under 31 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Some strong contact there, but nothing to be concerned of. That was Jake Harmon who bumped into that Fargo Davies defender. And now Harmon has it again. He'll try and feed it outside there, but Jonas Adams will sneak in and poke it away. Ball comes up the near sideline. Nearest Eagle is Shushan Rai, the latest goal scorer, and that will go out of bounds. Last touch by Carter Thorvaldson, the junior defenseman. Smaby will toss it in for Jonas Adams. Adams looking for a centering pass here, and he will boot it to Shushan Rai. Shushan Rai will center it there, and a shot on goal, and a nice save there by Drew Nelson. So that's 7 shots on net for the Eagles now. 3 of them have gone in. 29:54 and counting to go. Adams battling there with Jake Harmon. Adams for the moment came away with it.
Third goal of the night, number 6, Shushan Rai. And with his second assist of the night, number 17, Muhammad Ali.
There's your official goal call, and it's exactly what we thought.
Assisted by Muhammad Ali.
So Muhammad Ali with a goal and 2 assists now officially. Eric Baiminiana with a goal and assist. And now Shushan Rai with a goal. That shot on goal there was blocked off the back heel of Jack Anderson. Spartans trying to create an opportunity here. Spartans have not scored a goal against an EDC opponent, if I remember correctly from our pregame show. All their ties have come against WDA opponents. And all their goals scored have come against WDA opponents. 28-33, so Spartans still looking for their first EDC matchup goal, if that's how you'd like to word it. 28-25 to go here in counting. 3-0 lead for the Fargo Davies Eagles. Couple of substitutions here for Fargo Davies. Jonas Adams was one of the players that came in.
Number 2, Dylan Pritchard.
And Dylan Pritchard's the other one who comes in. And Carlos Dixon, maybe.
Number 22, Kanye Billups.
Okay, Kanye Billups is in the lineup now too. So we had 3 substitutions instead of 2. I didn't see that third one sneak in there. 27-47 to go here. That is Kanye Billups over on the far side, touching up on the ball there for Fargo Davies. Some nice defense there. Can't quite see the jersey numbers for Fargo North on that far side of the field. He'll come back to Jonas Adams. Adams will drop it back to midfield, and they'll switch positions, switch field here to Jack Anderson. Anderson with the Fargo North players approaching. He'll get it up to Smaby on the near sideline. He'll pop it up and it'll be deflected out of bounds off the foot there of Logan Fletcher, the senior midfielder for the Spartans. 27-11 and counting as Jonas Adams will get it back to Smaby. Check that, that's Carlos Dixon, excuse me. And that ball will eventually get touched out and back to Smaby. Smaby with some nice footwork there, centering pass and diving and grabbing it out of the air there was Drew Nelson for another save. 26-51 as Nelson will boot that one up. It'll land just over midfield, and I believe that'll be a Spartan throw-in. No, the Davies got there before it got out of bounds. Nice play there by Dylan Pritchett, the freshman forward. He gets it onto the foot of Caleb Glover. Glover will switch it over far side. Billups tried to center it back in for Dixon. Jonas Adams sneaks in there and touch-ups on the ball. Gets it back over to Billups. Billups centers it in. Dixon wearing those green shoes puts it back onto the foot of Jonas Adams. Adams, shot on goal. That's swallowed up there by Drew Nelson. 26-17 and counting as Nelson boots it away, excuse me, and that's touched up right at midfield there by the far side midfield defender for Fargo Davies. They'll work it back up. Dixon was in the area, but it was touched up there by, I want to say, let's take a peek through the binoculars there. Still can't see who that is. So Jonas Adams with the ball now, trying to work the ball around a couple of Fargo North defenders, and he'll boot it up in the direction of Kanye Billups, who gets pushed down, and he wasn't able to sell it to the official, and play will continue. 25-33 and counting. And now Jonas Adams lost the ball. Smaby will touch up on it, and he'll get pushed down here. That'll be a free kick on the foul by Brendan Richards. Jack Anderson gets it up towards, I believe that's Billups on the far side there. Now loose ball is touched up over on the far side there by Fargo North. And making the toss here for the Spartans is Isaac Cody, the sophomore forward. Forward on the roster, playing a little bit far back, might be midfielder. We'll try and pay attention as we have another substitution here for Fargo North. Coming in for the Spartans is the senior forward Jesse Stahl, number 16.
In for the Spartans, number 4, Chase Hansen.
And Chase Hansen sneaks in as well.
Jesse Stahl. In for your Eagles, number 17, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali back in the lineup for the Eagles. I didn't see him sneak in. 24-17 and counting to go. 3-0 lead here for Fargo Davies. Jack Anderson will touch up on it here in the backfield for the Eagles and boot it up. Far side, I believe that's Ali. No, that was Billups. Billups has the orange shoes on today. Ali has the white shoes, and Dixon has the green shoes. Another throw in here for Fargo Davies. Next extended break in play, we'll take a live look in at Fargo Shanley and Fargo South and see how they're doing at that game here. Shot on goal, and that one's swallowed up there by Drew Nelson. Let's go ahead and take a look at a live look in there. Looks like Fargo South is on the board with a goal. They're up 1-0 on Shanley with about 31 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Once again, that game is on Shanley TV if you have an interest in that one. I want to thank our friends at Shanley TV for allowing us to provide that feed for you here on the ND Sports Channel. 23 minutes to go in the first half, and the Eagles lead 3-0 on the Spartans. 9 shots on net unofficially here for Fargo Davies. Carlos Dixon gets around the defender, and he will feed it onto the foot of, that is Dylan Pritchard. Pritchard with the centering pass, and that'll go into the books as a shot, as that's swallowed up by Drew Nelson. 22 and a half minutes, a little over 22 and a half. Nice boot there by Nelson over midfield. It'll drop right in front of the Fargo North. That is the Spartans' Caden Headley, the senior forward. Headley has a goal on the Andy Sports Channel. It came last year, I believe, in a game against either Grand Forks Central or Grand Forks Red River, if I remember correctly. That was last year. Free kick here after the whistle. Dixon chasing after it, and coming in is Drew Nelson. Sliding, making sure that ball is not given a chance there to Dixon. Jonas Adams sneaks in, takes that goal kick away right away. Feeds it to Dixon. Dixon, turn around, drops it. Now they'll force it back up. It's deflected far side there. That's Kanye Billups. Billups with the centering pass, and it's going to be attempted to be punched away. Davies Eagles will track it down onto the foot of Dixon. That gets ricocheted back to Smaby. Smaby tried to get it up to Jonas Adams. Adams successfully, with some nice footwork there, puts a shot on goal. It's a little bit high. That was an excellent shot by Jonas Adams, but just a little bit high there, and it will stay out of the net. That is actually 11 shots on goal. So we had an error there. So let's knock that down one. Okay. I think it's back to 11 now. Oh wait, no. Now the score went down. Let's put the score back up and move the shots down to 11. There we go. Now it's right. 3 goals on 11 shots unofficially. That ball will go out of bounds. Let's take another look in at Shanley South. And it's still 1-0 with about 28 minutes remaining. You can watch that game on ShanleyTV.com as well as their YouTube channel. Here it's 3-0 Fargo Davies. Fargo North looking to possibly create an opportunity there. Some nice movement by Muhammad Ali. Strong pressure by the Fargo North defenders. They move it up onto the foot of Kanye Billups. As we go back to full screen here, once again, 1-0 South over Shanley with a little over 27 minutes remaining in the first half over there. Billups working the ball far side there. Man on for Fargo North was Mason Gustafson, a senior defenseman. I didn't see him sneak into the lineup. Let's take a peek to make sure that's number 9, and it is. So Mason Gustafson is checked into the lineup here for the Spartans. Snuck in without us noticing. And that is Isaac Cody with the ball now for Fargo North. Put it onto the foot of Caden Headley. Headley will center it in the direction of Cody, but the Eagles will touch up on it. And Kanye Billups over there battling for the ball. I believe it was taken away possibly by Chase Hansen. Can't quite see on the far side the jersey number, but I think it was number 4. And if it was, and he's offside. Doesn't matter, the goalie will swoop it up, and now the flag will come up and they will just allow play to continue there. He was offsides by a mile. There's no question about that. So Drew Nelson will boot that one away. And once again, the Eagles will try and make an advancement forward here. Battle for the ball right around midfield. Looks like Kanye Billups will touch up on that. Send it up the far sideline where Carlos Dixon touches up on it. Looked like he was possibly looking for a centering pass, and he will feed it there, but it'll be intercepted by Jesse Stahl. Stahl will feed it up here near side. Racing after it for Fargo North is Caden Headley. Headley circling around, back heel kick pass, nobody there. Fargo North teammates overran that, allowing Jonas Adams to pick it up. He advances it up there to Carlos Dixon. Dixon will drop it back, intended for Smaby, goes out of bounds for a Spartan throw-in. And we'll have substitutions here for Fargo Davies. Max Pritchard as well as Bill Mukunda Easy checking into the lineup here for the Eagles. I'm not sure if a third one snuck in or
In
not.
for your Spartans, number 6, Owen Bart. Number 12, Mason Tergos. Number 15, Jaden Zander. Number 17, Grace Atkins. And number 20, Reese Dorsey. In for your Eagles, number 8, Max Pritchard. And number 18, Bill Mukandagisi.
Bill McCundy EC. That sounds good to me. We'll go with that. Came close. Can't remember who told me. I can't remember who told me that a couple of games ago. But it's still pretty close. We'll go with it. McCundy Easy is another airplane goes over the field here at Fargo Davies High School. 6:40 to go here for half a play. 3-0 lead for the Eagles over the Spartans. They got 2 of those 3 goals pretty much as soon as this game started. Back-to-back goals there from Muhammad Ali, assisted by Miniana, and then the second one from Miniana, assisted by Ali. And that's back-to-back diving saves that Jensen Waltz had to make there for the Fargo Davies Eagles. Waltz a boot, that one, nice boot. And now dropped right in front of Dylan Pritchard, but he's pushed off by a couple Spartan defenders, and that'll allow the ball to bounce into the hands of Drew Nelson, who boot it right back to midfield. Jonas Adams will make the first touch on it. Loose ball will come on to the foot there of Fargo North's Chase Hansen. Hansen will feed it middle of the field there, where it's picked up by the Eagles. And now loose ball, and picking it up there that's Mukunda Easy. And it'll be taken away there by one of the Spartans. Mukunda Easy maybe got away with a push there. 15 and a half to go, just a little over there, as Jonas Adams will pick up the ball now, feed it near side to Pritchard. Pritchard feeds it back to Jonas Adams. He's got a man wide open, or at least he did for the moment, in the middle of the field, but he didn't get to the ball soon enough to turn and see that opportunity there. The centering pass is maybe getting away with a handball there. Was Fargo North number 18, that's Robert Ellingson. Now Jonas Adams with the ball. Fargo North will try and advance it up there, but sneaking over far side is Jack Anderson to move it upfield and out of bounds for a Spartan throw-in. 14:51 and counting to go here in the first half of play. And now we'll have a whistle on a free kick here for Fargo Davies. So Ryder Schmidt will set it up about 63 yards away from the goal. And he'll put it up and drop it right there for Muhammad Ali in front of the 18. Ali still trying to collect possession of the ball, and so far so good. Ali able to create a little bit of space there. Now he'll feed it inside. That's Billups. Billups will cross it. Smaby gets pushed from behind. That could be a penalty kick, and that was really close to being inside the goal box. And we'll see what they do. No, it'll be a free kick. They're saying it happened just outside of the goal box. That was really, really close. A little elbow from behind there. And now Jonas Adams will set it up from about 20 yards away from the goal here with 13:30 and counting. Spartans will put up their wall about 9 yards away. He tried to curve it into the top upper left corner there, but a little too high, and it'll go out of bounds. They'll chase it down for a goal kick here for Fargo North. That's 12 shots on net unofficially here for the Eagles, leading 3-0. 13-11 and counting to go here in the first half of play. Once again, Spartans have not scored a goal yet against EDC opponents.
Eagles, number 12, Gavin Gray.
They have lost all of their EDC games by the score of 3-0.
And number 16, Alex Anderson.
We'll see if they can sneak in a goal here with about 52 minutes of gameplay remaining. Right now, it's been pretty much all about 85%, maybe closer to 90% Fargo Davies in this game. Fargo North has had 1 or 2 opportunities, and offside there is Logan Hammer for the Eagles. At least I thought he was offside. It'll be a goal kick for Drew Nelson and the Spartans. 12:17 and counting to go. Coming up September 12th, just about 9 days from today, we'll have our first ever swim meet. That'll be between the Fargo North Spartans and the Fargo South Bruins at Fargo South High School. So for the Spartan fans watching today's soccer game, if you have family and friends who have some kids on the swim team, have them circle September 12th on the calendar. We'll have that broadcasted live here on the ND Sports Channel. Jonas Adams feeds it up in the direction of, can't see who that is. It's another player with green shoes. Well, Carlos Dixon has one, and then the other one with green shoes is Makunda Easy. Trying to work it inside there is Logan Hammer. Hammer gets pushed off the ball there by Ellingson. Hammer and Ellingson battling for the ball in the near corner. And it'll eventually go out of bounds. And it'll be a Fargo Davies throw-in. It'll go in the direction of Ali. And it'll ricochet off a North player, and the ball will come back out where Jonas Adams will touch up on it. He'll center it there. I believe that was Max Pritchard. And another shot on goal, and it's in. Scoring the goal, I do believe, was Gavin Griggs for the Fargo Davies Eagles. We'll wait for the official goal call on that, but I do believe it was Gavin Griggs. Coming at the 10:55 mark of the first half, and it's 4-0 Fargo Davies. So this will be the first game that does not end in a 3-0 loss for the Spartans. It'll be a different score this time around. And the 3-0 trend is now broken. .45 to go. Gavin Griggs will touch up on the ball over on the far side. We do believe he was the one who scored that most recent goal.
Scoring the 4th goal of the night for your Eagles, number 12, Gavin Griggs.
And it is indeed Gavin Griggs, the sophomore defenseman.
Number 8, Max Pritchard. Again, Griggs from Pritchard.
So Max Pritchard gets the assist on the 4th goal. That is credited to Gavin Griggs at the 10:55 mark of the second period, and we never restarted that clock, so we will definitely do that. It's about 48 seconds off right now. We will just stop that clock right now and get it fixed for you here. .941 should be the time, minus a couple seconds. And we're on within about a second or so of the yeah, we're right on. Maybe a half a second.
Number 11, Caleb Glover.
So centering pass will be just to the far side of the net there for the Eagles. Let's take another look at that Fargo South, Fargo Shanley game here while we have an opportunity. And South has scored again. It's now 2-0 Fargo South with just under 17 minutes remaining in the first half there against the Shanley Deacons. As we set up for a corner kick here. So corner kick here for Fargo Davies. And that one will escape out of bounds for a Fargo North goal kick. As we'll turn down the airplane in the background here for a couple seconds. We'll turn that microphone up here in a moment or two, and the airplane has a chance to get a little bit away from here. We had a few moments of sun early on here in the first half, but It's been cloudy ever since. That sun certainly put smiles on the faces of a few people, and now the smiles have gone away. Unless you're a Fargo Davies fan, then you're probably smiling, leading 4-0 right now up here on the Fargo North Spartans. All in the first half, and that one, if that one got over that Fargo North defender there, there's a good chance that the Makunda Easy might have had a breakaway for a goal there. Ali's going to steal it away. Ali with some nice footwork there, and he'll send it up. Makunda Easy has an opportunity, and on the defensive side of the ball there for Fargo North was Mason Tarragos. Now go out of bounds for another Fargo Davies throw-in. Once again, as we take another live look in at Fargo Shanley and Fargo South. 15 minutes to go. It's still 2-0 Bruins over the Deacons.
In for North, number 5, Logan Fletcher. And number 14, Caden Gidley.
So lining up to take the kick is Shushan Rai now over on the far corner. Once again, 2-0 Bruins. Rise, oh, and that header there will just go over the crossbar. That was Caleb Glover who had the opportunity. And the Davies Eagles have now put 15 shots on net here in the first half. I don't think any team has put that many shots on net over an entire game in the 50 or so soccer games that we've broadcasted here on the Indy Sports Channel over the last couple of years. That one will bounce into the hands there of the Fargo North goalie, the junior Drew Nelson. And he'll boot it away up towards the far sideline. It'll drop right around midfield where the Eagles will touch up on it. Shushan Rai in the near vicinity of that ball there, but a little miscommunication temporarily gives the ball back to the Spartans before Baimeniana will take it away. Move it up onto the foot there of, is it Makunda Easy? I believe it is. Ball will ricochet back. Get it onto the foot of Glover. Glover will send it to Shushan Rai near side. Ooh, nice pass there from Ali, but Shushan Rai couldn't quite catch up to it. And I'll go out of bounds here for I believe it's a throw-in for Fargo Davies, and it will be. Making the toss will be Alex Anderson. Anderson into Ali. Ali lost his balance. The ball will come right back out of bounds, and the Eagles will have the throw-in again. 5:20 and counting to go here in the first half. 4-0 lead for the Fargo Davies Eagles. Another airplane coming over the field here. As Shushan Rai will have the ball on the near side. Centering pass, chips it in, and a couple of Eagles went in for the header, but weren't able to make contact on the ball. It is chased down over on the far side. They try and center it in again. Not quite of a powerful shot, but a shot nonetheless. Will be swallowed up there by the Spartan goalie, Drew Nelson. 4-0. Once again, Eagles scored a goal by Muhammad Ali, Gavin Griggs, Shushan Rai, and Eric Baimeniana. Not in that order, but those are your 4 goal scorers for the Eagles thus far in this matchup here. 4.5 to go now. Unofficially, 16 shots on net for the Eagles. He was onside. Can he get there? No. Nice defensive play there by Ellingson to punch it out of bounds. And I believe that I didn't see which side of the flag it went on. It will indeed be a corner kick here, and Shushan Rai will line up to take that kick. So Rai will send it in low, and they tried to chip it in there. I believe that was Glover, and it'll go back out of bounds for another Eagles corner kick. And it's now 3-0 Fargo South with just under 12 minutes to go in the first half. So the Bruins doing almost equal damage against the Deacons as the Eagles have done against the Spartans here. Once again, 3-0 Fargo South over Shanley, 11.5 to go in the first half. Here we have just under 3.5 to go in the first half. That ball will be advanced up, and getting tripped up was Jack Anderson. No call on that one. And that was probably the right call. The Spartan player there was number 14, Caden Headley. Ellingson will make the toss, and Headley will chest it, then head it down. And that ball will go out of bounds for a goal kick for Fargo Davies. Coming up here at halftime, this half has flown by, to be honest with you. Most of these halves seem like they take a little bit longer than they actually do, but this one has gone by rather quickly. Just 2.5 to go here. Nice back heel kick there by Muhammad Ali. They got ricocheted off a Fargo North player right back to him. And they'll get out in front. It's Eric Baiminiana. Can he have a second goal? No, nice save there. And then the follow-up shot will not go. And we'll have a whistle, and it will be a Fargo North kick here. But Baiminiana with an awesome opportunity there to get his second goal of the night. He scored the second goal of the game off the assist by Muhammad Ali, and he assisted on the first goal, which was scored by Muhammad Ali. So minute 47 and counting, first half will play here as halftime approaches. Spartans will take the kick. And I'll drop right around midfield there. Touching up and on the far side is Michael Johnson. And now Shushan Rai will bring it back for the Eagles. Feed it up in the direction there of drawing a blank here on the name. Makundi Easy. That was the name I was looking for. 1 minute to go. Spartans will try and create an opportunity here in the final minutes. Shushan Rai coming up from behind. He will feed the ball near side here onto the foot of Brendan Richards. That'll go out of bounds for an Eagles throw-in. So the Eagles have 40 seconds to work with to try and bring the ball downfield here. Shushan Rai will center it back in onto the foot there of Caleb Glover. That one got ricocheted away, and now the Spartans, Caden Headley, will touch up on it. But he's being defended well there by Jack Anderson, who gets it back onto the foot of Shushan Rai. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Ball intercepted at midfield by Fargo North. And now the Eagles will get it right back. 10 seconds to go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And that will pretty much bring it in to half number one here. Your halftime score, Fargo North 4, Fargo Davies 4, Fargo North 0. Shots on net unofficially, 17-4 in favor of the Eagles. We'll take a timeout, come back with the halftime show here in a little bit on the ND Sports Channel.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel, a Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a number 1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, welcome back. Halftime here at Fargo Davies High School. The Eagles lead the Spartans 4-0 on goals by Muhammad Ali, Eric Baiminiana, Shushan Rai, and Gavin Griggs. Let's go ahead and take a live look in at Fargo South and Shanley. And South still leads 3-0 with about 2 minutes left in the first half. We'll keep it on that live play-by-play, or that live video there, through the duration of our halftime here, which is about another 4 minutes. So that one should go to halftime about a minute or so before we start the second half of this game. And right now, Fargo South leads Shanley 3-0 with about 2 minutes to go on that first half of play. Fargo Davies Eagles, they wasted no time getting the ball into the net. Muhammad Ali in the first minute of the game, unofficial time on that one, 48-42. I'm sorry, not 48-42, because there's only 40 minutes and a half. It's supposed to be 38-32. And okay, so we'll make that adjustment. 38-42, Muhammad Ali scores goal number 1. That's assisted by Baiminiana. And then Eric Baiminiana just a little over a minute later at 37-11, gets goal number 2, which is assisted by the first goal scorer, Muhammad Ali. Let's fast forward about maybe 8 minutes or so, and Shushan Rai will put it into the net with 29:51 remaining to make it 3-0. That goal was also assisted by Muhammad Ali. And then 10:55 remaining in the first half. It was Gavin Griggs putting in goal number 4, and that goal would be assisted by Max Pritchard to make the score 4-0. Once again, that live feed going there in the bottom left corner of your screen is a live feed from Shanley TV, where the Fargo South Bruins appear to take a 3-0 lead over Fargo Shanley with about just under a minute, about 45 seconds remaining. We'll keep it on that live feed for the next 45 or so seconds. And then we can report that score, and we can give a halftime score here during halftime of that game right here on the ND Sports Channel. We'll keep it on that live feed. We'll mute our audio here due to the background music, and we'll be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, we're underway here with the second half of play here. The Eagles will start things off with a 4-0 lead over the Fargo North Spartans here. Unofficial shots on net, 17-4 in favor of Fargo Davies in that first half of play. That is a tremendous amount of shots. That's almost like a hockey game for that matter there. Once again, Fargo Davies in the second half, moving from left to right in the maroon, or check that, moving from right to left, excuse me, in the maroon jerseys, while Fargo North in the white jerseys moving from left to right. We can tell you one other score that has popped in over from the WDA. I forget who they're playing, but Bismarck Century has a 3-0 lead over their opponent. And if we get any other updates, we'll certainly pass those on. We know statewide there's about 5 or 6 games being played tonight. And although all the games on the west side of the state had a 7:30 kick, while the games in the EDC had a 7 p.m. kick. So we will get the finals for the EDC matchups before we get the finals for the WDA matchups. At least we presume it would be that way. So once again, Bismarck Century with a 3-0 lead over their opponent. Fargo South with a 3-0 lead over Fargo Shanley. And then here it's Fargo Davies 4-0 over Fargo North. And that's all the reports that we have at this time. And once again, as they come in, we will certainly pass those along to you. And of course, we will take live look-ins at the live video feed on Shanley TV throughout the duration of this second half here when the opportunity presents itself. Muhammad Ali battling for the ball and maintaining possession of the ball. He'll move it up into Shushan Rai. Rai looking for a teammate there, and he got it over to Smaby. Smaby will move it up the far side, look for the centering pass. Someone goes up high and through the football uprights. And no centering pass will occur on that particular play. So the ball come all the way back. They'll drop it back to Waltz. He'll boot it back up to midfield. Spartans are right there to pick it up. Over on the far side, working with the ball there is Logan Fletcher. Forgot to put my roster to the far side there during halftime. And with that ball going out of bounds, we'll take a moment to adjust our clock as it's off by about 5 or so seconds. And there we go. It should be 36-38, and that's exactly what it is. Lights are on here at Fargo Davies High School. Once again, this is an unofficial home game, as this was originally a home game for Fargo North on the schedule, but they are getting that new turf field up at Fargo North High School, so they had to play their games at Fargo South, and this particular game came to Fargo Davies. So Davies playing at home as the road team, unofficially. Ryder Schmidt will chip it up near sideline. He'll drop in front of Eric Biminiana and ricochet onto the foot of Jonas Adams. Adams will send the ball upfield, and that is Muhammad Ali, and they're calling him offsides, and I would agree with that. It will remain 4-0 here with 35-23 and counting to go here in the first half of play. I believe Fargo South and Shanley is still at halftime. Let's take a look. Yep, they still have 2 minutes before their second half will kick off. So we'll come back. We'll come back to that feed a little bit later here. Jonas Adams will touch up on it here near sideline, push off his defender, now try and work the ball around him. It's nice footwork there. That's something I couldn't do, that's for sure. Jonas Adams with some outstanding dribbling skills there. Now he'll center the pass. Get it onto the foot of, that's Max Pritchard. And sending it in towards the net was Caleb Glover. Did get started a couple minutes early here. The opening kick was at 6:58, so we've been doing this for a little over an hour now, including pregame show, an hour and 15 minutes. Davies Eagles scored 2 really quick goals in the first 2 minutes of the matchup. If you were updating on Twitter, they probably scored the second goal before you could finish typing out the tweet for the first one. That was a nice, high, long kick there. A little bit of a frustration shot off the foot of Logan Fletcher. He just wants his team to put one in the net. And as much of a neutral broadcast we try to be, we'd love to see the Spartans put one in too. Nothing against the Fargo Davies Eagles fans here. But it's certainly long overdue here for the Spartans. 33-17 and counting to go. 4-0 lead for Fargo Davies. That'll be headed right back out of bounds. It was a nice defensive play there. I believe that's number 3. You may call it Michael Johnson. 3 is kind of a little, I don't know if that, what kind of font that is on the jersey, but it is indeed number 3. Now Jonas Adams will pick up the ball here for the Eagles. Far side, Shushan Rai. And Rye will try and work it around the defender there, and Rye will not, he will stay on the ball. He'll have to come back outside, and he looks for a centering pass. Jonas Adams is there. He thought about a shot, now he will put a shot on. And that one on the way to the net got deflected, and it'll go out of bounds for a Davies throw-in on the far side. Making the throw-in over on the far side there is, I believe that's Smaby. I can't quite see. And the binoculars were in the right position there, so. And we'll have a whistle and a free kick for Fargo North. That's Muhammad Ali trying to, I don't know, yeah, we'll say that that's the correct call. I mean, it's too far away for me to really make a valid disagreement. I can't really see that far away, but based upon what I know about a few of the players here, they really try and sell some of this. By Miniana, the pass was intended for him, but he couldn't quite catch up to it. Shots on net, 18-5 in favor of the Eagles. Junior goalie Drew Nelson will line it up and boot it away. And that'll go right onto the foot of Jonas Adams. He'll drop it back here for Vetter. Vetter will try and center it. Punched away and ends up on the foot of Jonas Adams once again. And Adams with some nice dribbling work, trying to get around the defender there. Man on is Logan Fletcher for the Spartans. Drops it back there to Pritchard. Pritchard sends it back in. He gets the ball right back. Now he sends it up by Miniana. He was onside. No, he wasn't. That was close. That was close. It looked like he was even with that last defender, but must have had a foot or something in front of it before that pass was made. As he'll be offside. So the free kick here comes to the near sideline. It'll drop onto the foot of, that's Isaac Cody. Cody will see it roll out of bounds, and picking it up there for the Eagles is Vetter. Vetter will send it into Ali. Ali and by Miniana right there, and Ali will end up with it. And Muhammad Ali will have that ball stolen away there, poked away by Mason Tarragos, and now the ball will go out of bounds for a Spartan throw-in. Or no, it'll be a Spartan kick, free kick, I guess. We chested down by Headley. Back onto the foot of Jake Harmon. Harmon tried to feed it up in the direction of Isaac Cody, but it got ricocheted and ended up on the foot of Caleb Glover. Glover, see that one ricochet in the direction of Shushan Rai, who tries to knee tap it there to Jonas Adams, but it's poked away and taken away by Logan Fletcher, and now we have a whistle. And free kick here for Fargo North, and Fargo North won't waste any time. They'll send that ball all the way up, and a couple bounces later, a roll into the hands of Jensen Waltz, the junior goalkeeper here for Fargo Davies. With 29.5 to go in the second half of play. No scoring yet here in half number 2. All 4 goals came in the first half of play. First goal scored by Muhammad Ali. Second goal scored by Eric Baiminiana. Third goal scored by Shushan Rai. And the fourth goal scored by Gavin Griggs for Fargo Davies. Ali will cross it, switch fields over to Shushan Rai. Will chase it down and out of bounds. Let's go ahead and take a live look in at Fargo Shanley and Fargo South. And it's still 3-0 here in favor of the Bruins.
Yeah, with like 16 minutes left.
With 36 minutes, matter of fact, the clock is stopped there.
Then what happened?
The first goal happened.
Who got down?
Yeah, scoring summary from a fan out there. Looks like they might have had an injury there on one of the Deacon players potentially. We'll come back to that game in a little bit here. 28-23 to go, 4-0 favor of the Eagles.
Top left corner.
Jonas had
No,
it.
Jack got the second one. I'm talking about the second one.
Jack got a corner kick.
And a whistle on the far side there, and just
Somebody else kicked it.
in case you're wondering there.
Okay. How much
It was not Jack who got the second goal. It was Eric Baiminiana. But that's okay. Just so you know, the scoring summary from the fans is always unofficial.
time? When we were ahead by 1. It was a good game.
27-37 and counting to go here in the second half of play. Shots on net, 18-5 in favor of Fargo Davies. 4-0 lead for the Eagles. On the near side here is Isaac Cody. Cody will have it poked away there by Yannick Vetter, and it'll eventually end up on the foot of Baiminiana. Baiminiana will feed it inside for Jonas Adams, who'll quickly get some space from those Fargo North defenders and switch the field over far side there. I want to say that might be Smaby, and it was. Smaby will feed it up. Ali is there. Ali sends it over to Shushan Rai. Rai will set it up. Look for another pass here. Feed it inside. The ball is poked away. Jonas Adams touches up on it. And they'll reset here. Baiminiana was there, but the North defenders got there first. Shushan Rai fed it. Ooh! No whistle there. And that will be an unofficial save there for Drew Nelson. Play will continue, and Jonas Adams touched up on the ball momentarily there. And now it comes onto the foot of Jay Carmen for the Spartans, and they'll send it up. And that'll be booted away there by Ryder Schmidt, and that was a good defensive play there by Schmidt. 25-55 and counting. Substitutions here for the Eagles. We have 2 of them for sure. Kanye Billups, as well as, I believe, Dylan Pritchard on the far side came in. Kanye Billups is for sure one of the 2 subs.
Eagles Spartans, number 4, Case Hansen, number 6, Owen Marks, and number 16, Jesse Stahl.
So that's Dixon with the green shoes there for Fargo Davies. touching up on the ball, taken away there by Fargo North, put onto the foot of Jesse Stahl. Stahl will see that one booted away back up to midfield, where it'll eventually end up on the foot of Logan Fletcher. Fletcher gets tripped up, no call on that. Eagles will take it away. Dixon will touch up on the ball, get around the defender, which is Mason Tarragos. Dixon still with the ball, feeds it out far side. I believe that might be Shushan Rai over there, but I can't quite see. No, it's not. That is Dylan Pritchard. Pritchard was over on the far side. And now I believe he has the ball. And he does. And he'll get pushed down by both Tate Slosher and Logan Fletcher for the Spartans. And that will result in a free kick here. And that kick will be lined up and taken by Smaby. Smaby will put it up towards the goal, and it'll get by the goalie. Can Fargo Davies recover, and now they're going to put the flag up and bring the whistle. Knock on wood here. We haven't had any yellow or red cards in this game. I think it's the first game this season where we haven't seen a card pulled out yet. That ball will escape onto the foot of Jack Anderson, who'll boot it up over midfield in the direction of Carlos Dixon, but it's touched up there by Fargo North, and it's eventually put onto the foot of, I believe that is, couldn't quite see who that was. Now coming up on the near side, it's Jake Harmon. Harmon tried the centering pass, but a nice defensive stop there by Ryder Schmidt. Toss will come in, and we'll have a whistle. And a free kick from within the box. Interesting. Tate Slosher will take the free kick, or at least it appears to be that way anyway. 22-47 and counting. And Slosher's shot will be blocked by Ryder Schmidt, as it's Jake Harmon who would touch up on the kick to put it in front of Slosher for the shot. Throw-in comes to Jonas Adams. Adams slides it over far side there. I believe that's Smaby. It's either Smaby or Anderson. It is Smaby. Robert Ellingson over on the far side touched up on it, and now being Eagles throwing. Smaby will roll it back here. It looks like it'll be a free kick from just shy of 50 yards away from the net for Smaby. Smaby will put it high and right up to the 18. And the shot on goal just missed near post. I believe that was Vetter on the shot, if I'm not mistaken. Billups tried to touch up on it, but it went over his head. And now Vetter will send it back to Ryder Schmidt. Schmidt will switch fields, and the Eagles want the backtrack on that as Smaby will touch up on it and try and send it upfield, but it was deflected out of bounds there by the Fargo North Spartans. And I believe that was Logan Fletcher on the far side who deflected it out. Eagles will send it upfield here. Billups is in there, surrounded by a couple of Spartans. He gets pushed down. Now the flag goes up. Let's take a peek through the binoculars. I believe this will be a penalty kick, and we had a penalty kick last time as well. So Jonas Adams, we've seen him get 2 penalty kicks this year, and we'll see if he can get a 3rd one here. And he will indeed put it right into the back of the net. And on the penalty kick,
Scoring your Eagles fifth goal tonight, number 1, Jonas Adams.
makes it 5-0.
Again, Adams on the Tuesday.
We forgot to stop our clock too, so we'll stop our clock and get that set up here for you.
Eagles Spartans, number 2, Kate Schlosser, and number 15, Jaden Vander.
So the ball will come up here and losing his balance, but keeping his balance, if that made sense. I believe that was Patrick Lawrence. No, that might have been Max Pritchard. Couldn't quite see if that was a 5 or an 8 there. It was one of the two. And we'll have another whistle here, and we'll take that opportunity to make a camera adjustment. All right, so 5-0 here off the penalty kick by Jonas Adams, who's 3 for 3 on PKs this year on the ND Sports Channel. Not sure about the rest of the games, but he's 3 for 3 on the ND Sports Channel. So Harmon will send in the corner kick there, and that will scoot off to the near side, and it'll be picked up by Jensen Waltz. $19:05 to go here, second half of play. Waltz will boot it away, come up to the near sideline. Ooh, maybe getting away with a handball. Now the whistle comes in, and that will be a free kick there for Fargo Davies, as that will indeed be a handball. Unintentional handball. Chase Hansen there getting called for it, but intentional, unintentional, will draw the whistle every time. Now Ryder Schmidt will set up here, about 65 yards away from the goal, make it 67. He'll drop that one in, right inside about the 30-yard mark from the goal, and now Fargo North will bring it back the other way, but coming out to touch up on it will be Drew Nelson, or check that, Jensen Waltz. Wrong goalie. Waltz will boot it away. Dixon as well as Glover, two players for the Eagles touching up on the far side. Now Glover will move it up to Dixon. Dixon will try and make a move, and the Fargo North defender will take it away, but the shot on net there from the far corner was off the foot of Glover. 21 shots on net for the Eagles. Ooh, and well, we have a note. They will thought for sure he was going to put his arms up and stop the clock, but not this time there. Free kick for Fargo Davies, or for Fargo North, excuse me. About 70 yards away from the net, not about, exactly. Now be booted right back to midfield and headed right back into the offensive zone here for the Spartans. We'll see if they can make a move here, capitalize on an opportunity. Not this time around. Dixon is there for the Eagles, and he makes some nice footwork there, waiting for some teammates to come and help him out. Now he'll advance the ball up, but there's nobody there but Spartans to pick it up. Spartans will try and bring it back up the far sideline. Another substitution here for Fargo Davies, as Muhammad Ali coming back into the lineup. Current temp is about 60 degrees. We started this game at about 62, and now it's down to 60. We could see the upper 50s by the time this one wraps up in the next 20 minutes. That ball will go out of bounds. Let's take a quick live look in here at Fargo South and Shanley. And it's still 3-0 with 25 minutes remaining in the second half in favor of the Bruins. So we'll come back to that here in a little bit. Once again, 5-0 Eagles. 16 minutes to go. Here's an opportunity possibly for the Spartans, but they cannot get it there. As on the defense there for the Eagles was Jack Anderson, who just boots the ball up near side now. Carlos Dixon has position to get on that, and he will get on that. But he's taken off the ball there by Fargo North's Carter Thorvaldsen. Thorvaldsen, a junior defenseman for the Spartans. And we need to start our clock here. And Waltz will come out. And .1440 is where we're at here in the first half. We'll make a get that started right about now. Maybe we won't. We're having trouble with it here.
In for Eagles, number 12.
All right, so that's close. About 14:23. It's about a second off. We'll deal with it.
Number 16, Alex Anderson. And number 18, Bill McCundy C.
So the Eagles will more than likely come away with this one with a W here. And if that happens to be the case, they'll improve to 5-1-1 on the season. As Ali has the ball at midfield here for the Eagles, he'll put it onto the foot of Jonas Adams towards the near sideline, turns around, spins around the defender, and now he'll move the ball up to the top of the 18, far side of the box. I believe that's Ellingson on the far side, but I can't quite tell. He's behind some Davies Eagles, and it was indeed Ellingson. And now we'll have a whistle here and a push, and I believe a free kick coming outside, just outside of the box on the far side. Maybe, I believe that's maybe. Oh, no, not anymore, it isn't. It'll be Jack Anderson who'll line up and take the kick. Anderson will chip it up. And coming in to snag it out of the air there was Drew Nelson. Probably the best thing that could have happened there for the Spartans. So lights are on here at Fargo Davies Field. Ryder Schmidt will touch up on the ball in the back in the defensive part of the field here for the Eagles. They'll move it up the far sideline. Fargo North will get there first. I believe that's Ellingson. So once again, 21 shots on net here for Fargo Davies, according to my unofficial numbers. And that ball will come loose up to about midfield, drop back. Ryder Schmidt will touch up on it. And he'll switch it over far side to Jack Anderson.
Pizza and hot dogs until they're lost. Concession stand, half price pizza and hot dogs. Help yourselves.
Take a live look in at South and Shanley. It's still 3-0 Fargo South with 20 minutes remaining in the second half. volleyball scores in. West Fargo defeats Grand Forks Central 3-0. Don't have a first set score, but they lost 25-10 in set 2 and 25-13 in set 3, and they lost 25-18 in set 1. So the Packers pick up a sweep over the Knights in high school volleyball. That score just came in a few moments ago. We'll bring it back to live action here at Fargo Davies. As it's 5-0 once again. And now a whistle, and will we have a card? No, we will not. It looked like he was walking up there to Mackenzie Easy as if he was in trouble, but I guess I was not paying attention there. I was looking at the statewide scoreboard, and I looked up, and that's what I saw. And Carrington defeats Harvey Wells County 3-0. Boys tennis, Fargo South over Fargo Davies 6-3. Grand Forks River 9-0 over Wapaton. Grand Forks Central over West Fargo 9-0. Here's another shot on goal that goes a little wide left. That one was off the foot of maybe Shushan Ryan. No, check that. That was Logan Hammer with the shot on goal there. And that will be a corner kick from the near corner here for Fargo Davies.
Entry goes number 2, Dylan Pritchard.
If you want to catch all those tennis scores, we have just shared that on our Twitter feed at ND Sports CH1.
Eagles Spartans number 5, Logan Fletcher. In for your Eagles, number 15.
WDA tennis score, Mina over Bismarck High 8-1. No soccer scores in that we're aware of, other than 3-0 South over Shanley with about 18-20 minutes remaining in that second half. So that one will get chipped in. I believe that's maybe along with a couple other players. Can't quite see as the lights are kind of making it hard to see the jersey numbers now, especially for Fargo North. So it'll be a free kick here and line up to take that kick.
West Fargo Cheyenne 1. Grand Forks Central 0, 10 minutes to go.
Well, there you go. There's a potential upset in the making, as West Fargo Cheyenne leads the undefeated Knights 1-0 late in the second half. So we'll see if the Knights can respond. We saw them respond against West Fargo late in the second half. We'll see if they can do it again here. That's another shot that goes a little bit wide left of the net there. $15 minutes remaining now. It's still 3-0. Looks like we have a highlight here, an instant replay, and that one just, oh, that one hit the crossbar and went right over. What a shot there by Fargo Shanley.
Entry Eagles, number 8, Max Pritchard.
And Shanley scores. Shanley's on the board now. The Bruins lead 3-1. Here's the replay of that goal. So it's 3-1, South over Shanley with about 14 minutes remaining in the 15-20 remaining in that second half there. Let's see if the Deacons can respond some more there on their home field. Down by 2 now to Fargo South.
Fargo South 3, Fargo Shanley 1. About 15 minutes left in the game.
So go back to live action here with about 6 minutes remaining in this one. As the ball go out of bounds. And once again, last report, late in the second half, the Mustangs led the undefeated Knights 1-0. Looking to serve the Knights their first loss of the season. Nice shot on goal there for Fargo North. Swallowed up nicely there by Jensen Waltz. Shots on net unofficially at 23-7. That ball coming up into the stands there. Oak Grove knocks off Hillsborough Central Valley in the first set of their volleyball match, 26-24.
He underestimated me.
And Fargo South defeats Wahpeton 3-0. They take set 3 in that match, 25-15. Century leads 6-0 in their soccer matchup right now. Not sure how much time's left in that one. All we know is that it's 6-0 in favor of the Patriots. They lead 6-0 over Williston. They're playing Williston. Just look that one up.
Number 22, Kanye Phillips.
And Devils Lake defeats Turtle Mountain Community High School 25-16 in 3 sets to take the 3-0 win over the Braves. That 6-0 score, Century over Williston, is the start of the second half. Here we have about 3 minutes to go in this one. Shanley got on the board a few minutes ago on a goal that we caught live on our live look-in. And they are still trailing 3-1 as we take another look there with about 12 minutes remaining in that contest. And that one will go all the way back to Jensen Waltz, and he will touch up on it. And now he'll pick it up as Caden Headley tried to charge in there and force him to pick it up with, well, 3 minutes to go. Apparently our clock got off somehow. There we go, now our clock is correct. And Fargo North is on the board. They have scored their first goal of the season. And it was Caden Headley with the goal. I said first goal of the season. What I meant to say was first goal of the season against an EDC opponent is what I meant to say. So Caden Headley gets the goal with 2:42 to go in the second half. And that has been the, well, with the exception of the penalty kick by Jonas Adams, that has been the only scoring here in the second half. Valley City and Grand Forks Red River, they're tied at 2-2 in their volleyball matchup. As Valley City would take set 4, 25-14. They're going to set 5. Some bonus volleyball for you there between the Rough Riders and the Highliners. So we'll keep you updated on any other scores that may come our way here. If you have any scores to share with us, you can do that at 701-373-1843.
Number 14, Stephen Headley, assisted by number 3, Maycall Johnson. Again, Headley with the goal, assisted by Maycall Johnson.
So Maycall Johnson will get the assist on that Caden Headley goal that was scored by Fargo North just about a minute or so ago. Coming up in our post-game show here, we'll go over the scoring summary. We'll try and get some scoring updates from our statewide scoreboard. And
1 minute to go.
Century now leads Williston 7-0 in their matchup. That score just came in a few seconds ago. Once again, we have a little bit of a glitch there on our video, and we apologize for that. This is McKendy Easy. McKendy Easy got it over there to Gavin Griggs. Griggs back to McKendy Easy.
Please buckle up and have a safe trip home. Thanks again for coming out tonight.
And Oak Grove now leads Hillsborough Central Valley 2-0. 25-14 is the score in set 2.
10,
And
9, 8,
Century now makes it 8-0 over Williston.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's your final score. That is not the correct final score here. Let's get the correct final score up on there, and I'm pretty sure I know what happened there. Let's get rid of that, and let's bring this up instead. There we go, 5-1, not 64-11 or whatever that said. I'm not sure what happened there, but 5-1 your final score. Fargo Davies unofficially with 23 shots on net compared to 8 for the Spartans. Spartans getting their first goal against an EDC opponent this year. We'll update some numbers here and get the scoring summary and all that good stuff taken care of. And be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel, a Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, welcome back here. Coming up on your post-game show, we'll have to select the player of the game, as well as we'll take a look at our upcoming stream broadcast. We'll take a look at the updated numbers for these two teams side by side. Well, not side by side, but one after the other. And we'll wrap things up here on our post-game show here on the ND Sports Channel. Spartans, thanks to the foot of Caden Headley, get their first goal of the year against an EDC opponent as they would fall 5-1 here against the Fargo Davies Eagles. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two teams side by side. And we'll get you an statewide scoreboard update as well. Taking a look at the Spartans, they fall to 0-6-2 on the year, 0-4 against EDC opponents. They've now scored 4, allowed 23, and coming up next for Fargo North, they will have a home game against Grand Forks Red River on Thursday. And then they'll have Cheyenne, Shanley, Fargo South, Grand Forks Central, West Fargo, Fargo Davies, Grand Forks Red River, and Cheyenne. For the Fargo Davies Eagles, they improved to 4-1, and that's not right. It should be 5-1-1. Maybe I forgot to hit save on that. I don't know. Let's get that updated here. I'm pretty sure I hit save on that one, but maybe I didn't. No, I guess I did not. I forgot to hit save on that one, so we'll update that run right now, live here on screen, and yeah, the only thing we updated was the final score of the game. So 5-1, there you go. Now it should show, yep, 5-1-1 on the year, 4-0-1 against EDC opponents. They've scored 19, they've allowed 7, and they have West Fargo on Thursday at West Fargo. We'll be at West Fargo High School for that game, and then they'll come back home with games against Grand Forks Central and Fargo South. And then they'll hit the road against Shanley. That game will be live on Shanley TV, and then they'll be back home against Red River. Then on the road against Cheyenne, Fargo North, West Fargo, and then Grand Forks Central to wrap up the regular season here for the Fargo Davies Eagles. Time now to select a player of the game here, and well, if you joined us late, you probably have to take a guess. If you joined us at the start of the game, you probably have an idea of who we're going to select, and that is going to be the senior forward, Muhammad Ali. 6 shots on goal. He scored 1 goal back at the 38-42 mark of the first half. He also assisted on 2 other goals, and that would be goals 2 and 3 that were scored by Eric Baiminiana and Shushan Rai. Muhammad Ali would get the assist on those 2 goals, as well as put in his own goal, which happened to be the first goal of the game, as Fargo Davies goes on to a 5-1 victory over the Fargo North Spartans. Out of state or statewide scoreboard, not out of state scoreboard, but statewide scoreboard here. The Grand Forks Central Knights are no longer undefeated. They will follow the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs by a score of 1-0. That came in just a few moments ago. So, see here, taking a look at some of the other scores. We'll get to those in a little bit here. But yeah, the Grand Forks Central Knights lose their first game of the season, 1-0 to West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. So we'll see how the Knights season, guys, they were looking pretty good, undefeated going into that matchup. And we'll see how they fare moving forward here, and we'll take a look at their upcoming lineup here a little bit later on. Let's see here, taking a look at some of the other scores that we have in so far. 1-0 Cheyenne over the Knights. Last check, it was 3-1. Let's go ahead and take a look at that live look-in. And it is still 3-1 with 4 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1, and now that one is final as the Bruins will knock off the Shanley Deacons on their home field by the final score of 3-1. So that one's gone final now as well. And let's see here. Volleyball, Bismarck High defeats Minot 3-0, 25-22, 25-15, and 25-19. And at last check, Century led Williston 8-0 early in the second half. Highliners last check, it was tied 2-2 between the Highliners and the Rough Riders in high school volleyball. Heading into set 5 there, and Devil's Lake defeats Turtle Mountain 3-0 in volleyball. And at last check, Oak Grove led Hillsborough Central Valley 2-0 in that matchup. And in EDC Boys Tennis, Grand Forks Central 9-0 winners over West Fargo. Valley City 7-2 over Jamestown. Fargo South over Fargo Davies 6-3. Grand Forks Red River 9-0 over Wahpeton. And Carrington sweeps Harvey Wells County in high school volleyball. And Minot defeats Bismarck High 8-1 in tennis. And that's all the scores that we have up to this point. If you have any last-minute scores, we'd certainly take those via text message at 701-373-1843, or you can send us to them on our Twitter page as well at ND Sports Channel at ND Sports CH1. Let's go back to our post-game show here, and let's see here. We were at our on-demand streams, I do believe. Games on demand. So this game, along with the JV game, you see the JV game still uploading here in the post-game show. We're still in progress on the post-game show of the varsity. Both JV and varsity will be available within about 30 minutes after we wrap up our post-game show here on the varsity squad matchup. And then for if you go to our website under the games button, click on stream schedule, you can see what's coming up next. On Thursday, we'll have West Fargo, Fargo Davies soccer for you. It's a rematch of the state championship game from last year, game in which the Packers won 1-0 over the Davies Eagles. And then Friday, we'll head over to Brant Kwame Field in South Fargo, where the Bruins will host the Bismarck Legacy Sabres. And then Saturday, September 7th, will be a big day of soccer for you. Junior varsity, Fargo Southwest Fargo, followed by varsity, Bruins Packers. And then we'll pack up, head over to Moorhead, where the Spuds will host the Century Patriots. All those games will be on the ND Sports Channel. And then Fargo Davies, Fargo South in high school soccer once again. And then, as I mentioned earlier in our broadcast, September 12th, Fargo North fans, you might want to circle this one and share with your friends who have kids on the swim team. We'll have that swim meet between Fargo North and Fargo South from Fargo South High School at roughly 6 p.m. Tune in a little bit before that for a pregame show, even though we're not 100% sure what we're going to do with that pregame show, because it'll be our first ever attempt at a swim meet broadcast. So we'll see how that one goes, and then we'll be back to something we're a little bit more familiar with, football between the Bruins and the Deacons. And then back to soccer, back over to Moorhead. The Spuds will host the West Fargo Packers. And then on Thursday, September 17th, the Packers will host Fargo Shanley. And then we'll see that Cheyenne-Fargo Davies game is actually still pending, but we're pretty sure we'll have it. And then we'll have some football for you to wrap up the third week, or kick off the third week of September, starting with Watford City and Central Cass, followed by some to-be-announced games on Saturday, September 21st. To the best of our knowledge, we will have 3 football games from Valley City that day. And then we're back to soccer on September 24th when the West Fargo Packers host the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. And then a couple days later, the second of 2 state championship rematches right back here at the field we're at right now, Fargo Davies and West Fargo. And then football between Devils Lake and Central Cass on the 27th. And we'll wrap up the month of September with the Moorhead Spuds and the Cheyenne Mustangs in Moorhead for a soccer matchup here on the ND Sports Channel. You can find us online, youtube.com/c/ND Sports Channel. That link will change in July 2020. But you can still subscribe to it, and when the link changes, you'll still be subscribed and get mobile alerts and email alerts every time we go on the air with the game. You know, each of our stations have independent Twitter handle, and then we're all grouped together on Facebook at facebook.com/msportsmnet. And we'd love it if you would follow us and like us there on Facebook as well. Your final score, once again, actually before we get to the final score, let's go over the scoring summary because we have not done that one yet. Muhammad Ali, 38-42 into the first half, gets goal number 1. That's assisted by Eric Baiminiana. Less than a minute, a little over a minute later, 37-11. Eric Baiminiana gets the goal, assisted by Muhammad Ali. Fast forward to the 29:51 mark of the first half. Shushan Rai would pop it in for goal number 3. That was also assisted by Muhammad Ali. And then Gavin Griggs with 10:55 left would make it 4-0 in favor of the Eagles. And that would be our halftime score going into halftime. 20-40, I think it's either 44 or 49. I can't read my own writing here. But Jonas Adams would put in a penalty kick to make it 5-0 in favor of Fargo Davies. And then Caden Headley with 2:42 remaining in the second half will get the goal with the Spartans on the board with a goal. And that was assisted by, I forgot to write it down. Oh, no, I did it. It was Mikael Johnson who got the assist on the Caden Headley goal, and I did write it down. And that would be the first and so far only goal against an EDC opponent for the Fargo North Spartans. So they take care of that 0. Now they have a couple other zeros that they would like to take care of, and we'll see if they can do that over the next couple of games here for the Fargo North Spartans. Once again, your player of the game, Muhammad Ali, the senior forward. Your final score, 5-1. Thanks so much for watching. And we'll send it now to our regular programming here on the ND Sports Channel. Once again, your final score, 5-1 in favor of Fargo Davies. The preceding has been a production of the ND Sports Channel on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.